first OP Talkwire podcast is sponsored by no one. I hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome. This is going to be the OP Talkwire show, episode 1. I know it's actually been a while since I've done any sort of podcasting, actually. As I take a good sip over here of some iced tea, I've been really busy lately. I haven't really had much time to do any podcasting. I've had games, I've had sub work to do, working in different schools right now. That's where I've mostly been throughout my time over here. I've been super busy. I haven't really had much of anything else to do besides any of that stuff. You don't get out till 4 and you're super tired after. You're there 8 a.m. till 4. You get home tired. You go lift in the morning, so I'm waking up sometimes around 5:30 or 6 to go lift. So I've been super tired recently, but I'm good to be here right now. And I decided I want to get back to a little bit of the podcast industry, and I want to do it different than what I've done in the past. And in the past, it hasn't really been my cup of tea. I've messed up a bunch in the past. I've said some things that were probably not appropriate for on-air stuff, and of course, I apologize for that. But I wanted to make a new rule over here, make it a little more PG rating for a podcast over here. And it's going to be called the OB Talkwire. Once again, this is episode 1. Just talk about where I've been. So again, got a new job. It took a lot of training. One thing you always have to do is be prepared. You have to be a really good trainer. You have to take some tests, pass a couple BCI and FBI's background checks, and I did all that here for my new substitute job that I'm working with, and it's been really going pretty well for the most part over here. We just finished the whole winter and spring semesters, or I should say quarters in a way. It's for the city school, and it's really been a great feeling, I think, to work with everyone there, and I've learned a lot too. It made me want to get back a little bit into coaching, but I don't know if I'm going to go back to coaching, honestly. I just like doing this. I like doing baseball or football when it comes, also for broadcasting, and then of course, landscaping, which I've actually started now since the teaching has been over with. Last day is tomorrow, June 7th. Really nothing to sub, so I've been doing the landscaping work instead. So everyone wanted to know, a couple people I think knew already, but why did I stop podcasting? Well, I said some things that were not appropriate, again, before you turn 23, you're dumb, you're stupid, you make bad choices, I guess, and before you come to a teacher. Well, it's just not good choices, stuff that you say on air sometimes. It could really offend some people. That's why I decided to keep a PG rating and basically make it for everyone. This whole show basically make it for everyone. I want to do something new. I just don't want it to be me and have a bunch of prank callers, which are my friends, come on to the show. I just think that's immature. I kind of want to do it a little different compared to what it would be in the past. And I think, in my opinion, this is perfect. A new stepping stone. And I can actually, I want to have this show consist of a consistent schedule. At least have an episode that's maybe around 20-30 minutes in an interview. I don't want to maybe make it around an hour unless it's a big interview, unless I'm interviewing some star, which I plan to have as my goal by the end of this coming year. I want to have at least someone big on here. And I want it to consist of topics. It could be from movies, sports, video games. I don't want to really get into politics. You can maybe say a tiny bit about politics. I don't want to get into many politics, though, because that always leads to a lot of bad choices, a lot of bad sayings, and then it just turns into a cluster. So I don't want to, I don't want a lot of that damn stuff there. And by the way, since it's PG, yes, you can say words like damn, hell, mild language. Don't do any of that F-bombing stuff, though. Okay, well, I don't want any F-bombs. If there is an F-bomb, it'll have to be censored. You know what I mean? We're doing a little censorship here now. I know some people aren't fans of censorship, but we're going to have to do a little censorship here, especially when it comes to languages like that. But I want the show to consist of just whatever you want to talk about, basically topics-wise. I want it to consist of stuff that's been going on, how, if I have a guest on, talk about their life, talk about what's been going on for them. I want that to be a big part of them. I want it to be a big part of the podcast so that people know what the success rate's going on for them. And how they've been going, how they've been doing in life. I think that's most important for them. And that's most important just for me too, especially in this podcast industry, and make it more of an interview that I've done before. I know a lot of people have seen my interviews with the player profiles. I want to make it something like that, interviewish, and get a couple laughs with them. I want to get guests I want to have on, I want to have, coaches. I want to get a lot of coaches on, from football, basketball, in the high school level, college level. Of course, we have YSU. Maybe we could get one, the director of player personnel, football operations on, possibly. I want to get, again, coaches from all those levels. I want to also get, maybe some guests that are like from YouTube, sports guests too, sports gamers. Miles Dawkins, for example, he's one. Coach Dawkins, he has two channels. One where he does NCAA 06, maybe to 05, 04, and another one where he does Madden to like Madden 2006 mostly, sometimes 05. He hasn't done 04 in a while. He'll do like Madden 10 sometimes. He does the classic Maddens. He does the Maddens where they actually put an effort and time in them. Although I do have to get a shout at EA for all the John Madden covers, especially in the tribute right there. That was pretty awesome too. But that's who I want to have as guests. Then I want to have some gamers as guests too, because I want to make a different industry. I want to have a bunch of song artists on here. I know my brother's a Spotify artist. I kind of want to maybe have him come on sometime. That would be awesome. I want to also maybe have another guy who I know that I play basketball with maybe come on and talk about what music he's dropped, singles or albums. I think that would be big too. And I maybe want to get a couple gamers on here too. I'm a big fan of Some Call Me Johnny. I don't know if he's going to watch this, but I would love to have him on my show. I watch his videos all the time, especially with this review and Brain Scratch Comms and his old SGBs. I watched since 2011. That would be awesome. I would love to have a lot of insiders. Heck, if get someone from Barstool in the future to come on too, that would be awesome. But that's who I want to have as my guest. Again, maybe if it's like a Barstool guy, maybe you could go a little bit to the PG-13 but for the most part, I want to stick it around the PG-G ratio. Not, just because I don't want YouTube to take it down. I don't want so much language on here. I don't want any big copyright or anything like that. I just want it to be consistent. I want it to be a big topic, laughs that we can have here and there. I don't want it to be any, not a ton of roasting where it gets too personal. I just want us to talk about just different topics that we all love. Like the movies, for example. The new Sonic movie came out, which is just uploaded on Paramount Plus. I've watched it. Great movie. Spider-Man No Way Home, the Batman, really great movies. We could talk about those. Sports-wise, of course, the Denver Broncos they sold $4.5 billion to a Walmart Rob Walton, which is really big. Of course, if you don't know about the Broncos, there was an unfortunate passing with the Denver Broncos and the ownership right there. Of course, that was, in fact, Pat Bolden, who tragically passed away. I think it was around 75 or 76, I want to say. And it was a tragedy right there for the Broncos family. So Rob Walton steps in with a bid, buys the Denver Broncos. Amazing what people can do. Like, a lot of rich companies can do with just how much money they have over here. They can buy sports figures just like that. Elon Musk, actually, I read. Elon Musk, $32 billion. He's got to be worth around that. Maybe a little less, but Elon Musk can afford every single NFL team, every NBA team, NHL team too. Heck, he could probably buy a bunch of NASCAR teams if he wants. He can make Elon Musk, if he wanted to, could make his own NASCAR team right now too. Maybe like 3 NASCAR teams if he wanted. That's just incredible. But he could actually buy all that. So I'm wondering, instead of like investing in Twitter, would Elon Musk be considering buying maybe an NFL team? Because look, I wouldn't be surprised. Buys the Washington Commanders after everything's going on with Dan Snyder and that controversy. Maybe the Raiders too, the Las Vegas Raiders. He might buy one of those teams. I think that would be interesting. Time will tell. I hope he does though. I just hope he buys those teams. I know a lot of those teams maybe aren't a fan of Elon Musk, but I think it would be I think honestly it would be good sponsorship to have Tesla in the NFL. And I think with Elon Musk as an owner, I just think that would be super big for both the NFL. They make tons of money, and for Tesla, even making more money than they already do make. But besides that, that's pretty much all I really wanted to talk about over here. Nothing much going on over here. Of course, if you're watching NBA, if you're watching the finals so far, I hope you're having a good time with it. Series tied 1-1. I knew this was going to happen. I knew Curry and all of them were just going to ball out and, take the win as they did against Boston Celtics last night, or 2 nights ago, I should say. 1-1 series. I feel like this is going to be the Warriors dynasty yet again. But whenever this is uploaded, either today, tomorrow, or, either tonight or tomorrow morning or afternoon, depending on what happens, I feel like I might jinx them. So I better just shut my mouth before I jinx someone. But that's pretty much what I want to do. And I want to get a lot of guests, no matter if it's like friends I know or just anyone popular, famous. I want to get as many people on as possible, and we can get something going here. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the OB Talkwire. Once again, this was episode 1, where I've been, and I am excited about this new podcasting, and I hope you are too. So once again, I know I already said on Twitter, I want some guests on. I want to do it right. If you want to join, just send me a DM. Some of you, DM right there at Twitter. And we can get something going. All right. Thank you all so much. And I'll see you guys for episode 2. And we'll have to see who the guest is. And that is it for episode 1 of OB Talkwire. On the next episode, I am hoping to have a really good guest for you all. But till then, I'll see you all next time.